Alright, this video is about to blow your mind, and I'm not just saying that, I mean your head is actually going to explode and there's going to be pieces of your cranium all over your room. If that doesn't happen, I'll refund your money plus shipping and handling. So we're going to be looking at how we can access a private variable inside of another class. We haven't seen private variables yet, so let's go take a look. We're going to head into the rabbit.java class over here, and I'm going to go ahead and create a private variable by using the keyword, you guessed it, private, and then I'm going to go ahead and write the data type and then the name of the variable. So right now we just created a memory parking space, right? We're reserving some space, and this is going to be only available for the rabbit class. We have the keyword, well, not keyword, I guess it's just the name of the variable, age. We have the keyword int, which means we're expecting an integer, and we have the keyword private, which means only the rabbit class can access it. If something is private, only that class can access it, and if something is public, everything in the program can access it. Now, we've all seen the Discovery Channel and National Geographic, right? We know that rabbits and lemmings are good friends in real life. They always share their variables, so the lemmings are starting to get jealous that they can't use this parking space, right? The lemming always shows up a little late to work, and he wants to use this parking space for his variable memory, and the rabbit won't let him because it's private. So we need to find a way to allow the lemming to sneak in and actually use this space over here to store whatever it wants to store its data. So in the end, we're going to be inputting something inside of this lemming.java class, and we want to find a way to store that information right over here. And this is going to be a long process. Like I said, your head is going to explode. It's going to melt. We saw exactly, a little bit about data types in the last video, return types, that is, at least for methods, and that's going to come into play in this video right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to design a bunch of different methods inside this rabbit.java class. The first one we're going to be called the set variable method. I'm going to start out by writing public void, and I'm going to call this set variable. And we're going to be passing an argument through here. I'm going to be passing the integer argument a. And you're going to see exactly what this is going to do in just a moment. So what we're going to do inside of here is we know we have the void return type here, right? Which means we're not going to be returning anything. And like I said in the last video, chances are with these void methods, what we're going to be doing is we're either going to be printing something out on the screen, so we're going to have a little bit of an output, or we're going to have some behind the scenes work where we're setting an argument equal to a variable. That's exactly what we're going to do, an argument equal to a variable. So inside here, we're going to go ahead and set age. I'm going to set this to a, which means whatever we pass through here, because we can use this method over here inside of the other class, we can use this inside of the lemming class, whatever I pass through here will eventually be set to age, which is, you can kind of see how this is going to allow us to go in and access the memory type, or access this memory space, using this class. So we have all that set up here. That's our preliminary step. Next, we're going to have to go ahead and make a return type. Now this is going to be one that's actually going to have something that's going to be returned. All right, public over here. I'm going to be writing int because I'm expecting something in return. I'm going to call this get variable. I'm not going to be passing through an argument in this one. Now we know that if we actually have a return type in this case, we need to write the keyword return, and we need to be expecting something in return. In this case, this is going to be the one that's going to be used to actually access this to confirm that what happened is true. So in this case, I have age, which is going to confirm that if we're actually able to go in, sneak in, and store some information inside of Rabbit's parking space over here, then we'll actually be able to confirm that it worked. Which means if I go ahead and access this get variable function over here inside of the lemming, we'll see that we'll see if age actually gets printed out with what we set it to, and you'll see what that means in a moment. Go ahead and make one last one over here, and that's going to be another void. We'll call this one public void print variable, which is going to be the one that's going to have the print command to print out everything. And inside here, I'm going to go ahead and write system.out.printf, which is for printing functions, and you'll just put it like this, and you'll see what I mean. Print ln was what we did if we want to print and go to a new line. If you want to have a function or a method, the same thing, you can write printf, and that's going to allow you to print out a function. So we can go ahead and write you are like that, and then you can just write plus, and you're going to write get variable. Just like that. You can write another plus, and I'll write years, put another space there, years old, right there. So that's going to be the one that's going to finally print everything out for us. So we have a lot of things going on in here, right? We have tons of things going on, so we can walk it through one more time. We're going to be using this first function over here, which is a void function. We're going to use it to set the variable age to something. And we're going to use the argument integer a to allow us to do that. Now we're going to finally be able to set age to something, then we will need to go ahead and access it to confirm that happened. We have this get variable function over here, which is going to break in and actually see what age is, right? So this is going to be involved with printing it out, and we're going to use the print variable one to actually confirm that. So when we finally print out the get variable function over here, we're really going to be printing out age. Remember in the last video when we looked at return types, if I have the get variable function over here and it has a return value to it, it's really going to be equal to whatever age is, right? So whenever I say get variable, you can always assume it actually just says age. So in this case right here where it says get variable, it's essentially looking at age. So just looking at how we can work with the return types gives you guys a little bit more information about what we talked about last video. So now we can head into our main class over here, our lemming.java, and we obviously need to have an import, right? We have to go and import something because we want inputs. So we'll go ahead and write java.util.scanner, and we want to go ahead and import the Java scanner to allow us to have our input. So we go ahead and write scanner, you write your scanner object, in this case scan. I'm going to write new scanner and then in brackets system.in because we want to have inputs. And now we have all this set up. Now we also need to have some objects, right? Because if we want to access something inside of another class, we know we need to go ahead and create some objects. And we create objects by writing the name of the class we want to access, in this case the rabbit class. You create an object, you can call it whatever you want. I'll call mine rabbit object. Then you write the keyword new, and you go ahead and write the name of the class again with open and close braces at the end, and end that off with a semicolon. So we have all that set up right there. And I would use this rabbit object with a dot separator to access the functions or methods inside of the other class once I decide I want to use them. However, before we get there right now, we still need to find a way to store this information, right? As soon as we have our user input something to our system, we'll have to find a way to store that. Well, first let's go ahead and put an output to let them know exactly what we want them to do. Please enter your age. Simple enough. Now we want to find a way to store that, right? So we're gonna make another integer. I'm gonna call this temp age, right? This is gonna be the temporary age variable. So this is gonna be the first place where we're gonna store our age. It's temporary. I'm gonna go ahead and set this to scan because we know we want to input, and you're gonna write next integer with open and close braces, which means you'll be expecting an integer. So whatever they enter is gonna be stored here in temp age. Now we obviously know that we want to access the rabbit's parking lot over here. We want to be able to get in here where he has age. So how are we going to go ahead and access that? We're going to start out by using the first method that we created, which was the set age function, or the set variable function. So go ahead and access that. We know we have to write rabbit object, then we write set variable, and now we can't just go ahead and leave a blank open and close brace here because we know we need to actually pass something through. We can pass this over here. We can pass temp age right through, which means if you want to follow the path of this, first off, your user will go ahead and submit. They'll be typing in, right? They'll type in their age, and that's going to be here. It's stored in this temporary parking spot over here at temp age. Now we're going to be passing temp age through here, and if we go into here and see, that's actually going to be here corresponding to A, which means this is going to be temp age is equal to A. It's actually going to be, age is equal to temp age is what we're going to actually get right now, which means that age over here is still going to be age is equal to temp age, which is going to allow us to store whatever our user inputted inside of this parking spot over here. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Rabbit's pissed we just stole his parking spot. So we have all that set up right here. Now we need to actually go ahead and print it out to confirm exactly what we did worked. And now we can look at the other methods that we have created over here. We have two more available to us. We can just use this one down here, this print variable 1, which is going to allow us to see exactly what's going on. So go ahead and put rabbit object that we do, and we can do a print variable and leave it like that, and that's going to confirm that what we did worked. So we go ahead and test this out now. We'll run it. It's going to say, please enter your age. Okay, I am 40 years old, for example, and it's going to tell us you are 40 years old. And I know that seems kind of trivial to go through all of those steps to just do this one little thing where it's going to repeat back what we did, but the whole purpose is learning how we can access a private variable that's inside of another class. In this case, it was the private integer age variable over here, and then we saw how we can access this inside of our lemming.java class. So if you have any questions regarding this, please leave in the comments below. Like I said, your mind should be exploded. You should be picking up the brains off of your couch and in your room or wherever you're watching this video. I know it's crazy, but we have to learn these things, and they are a bit messy to get through. So if you have any questions, leave them below, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.